And we should now be live. Good evening, everybody. I'm just going to check everything's working on OBS. It seems to be. Excellent. Hello, Robert. Hello, Walking with Birds. Hello, Berenza. Welcome to the usual Friday stream. Hopefully a few more folks will pop in. And welcome back to Jurassic World Evolution 2, I suppose. I'm just going to have a slurp of a fizzy beverage mixed with an alcoholic one. Lovely. How has everyone's Friday been? I'm just gonna give folks a chance to chat on whatever before we get going. Your day's been okay, Branson? Well, good to hear. It's been good, nice and warm, no clouds. Yeah, it's been warm here as well, down in England. Very good. Cleaned the apartment and built on a huge map in JW2. Hello, Monster. Hello, Jal. Well, Universal is gonna do what Universal does. Now, last stream, you may remember we decided on a hotel and the sort of theme for this particular area, and we built a hedge maze. Well, off stream, I went and did some decoration work, as you can see. So I added a little shop here to serve as a shop for the particular. I've just realized the park has opened itself again. No, park remains shut. So built up a nice little area around the shop for this particular enclosure. Decorated the hedge maze, few dinosaur statues, few trees, just to bed it in a little bit more. Did some decoration work down here, nice little seating area. The hotel is now, got a proper garden in front of it. And as you can see, I've also constructed the areas around here for the tennis courts, basketball courts, and in here, inside the Devonian zone, as I've called it, we have the swimming pool and poolside amenities. And yeah, I just think it's all pretty formed up. Needs some more decoration work doing, but that's basically done. Now, off stream, I've also been working on the enclosure we started last stream. Rocked up one end, put in the fencing and fencing lines, and in here we have some seating areas, and there'll be more in here once we decide what animal goes inside. But first things first is to put the pillars in for the bridge, and it was very, very close between between the flag pillars and the tall flaming pillars. So I've decided we'll go with the tall flaming pillars as our chosen pillar design. So how tall we have them is a matter of course. I'm going to say about that high. I think that looks fine. I want them... Yeah, I think that's going to work, because if we have it on the first one there, so that one will be there, and then this one would be here. We we can adjust where the water is slightly. Yeah. Okay. Hello, Nicholas. Oh, and by the way, before anyone dares ask, no, I didn't watch Camp Cretaceous Chaos Theory Season 3. No, I don't care what happened in it. I have absolutely zero fucks to give about Chaos Theory, because as far as I'm concerned, it should curl up in a hole and die, as Dane quite rightly said, yes. That's not the same height, is it? No, it is. Now, I'm wondering if we need a crossbeam, but I don't think we do really. The only annoying thing is it's not really equal. Let me move this one a little closer to this end. I think that looks better, actually. Right, in goes the big chunks of concrete at this end. There we go. There is our bridge. Ready for guests to dare to walk across it. Okay, now. Here comes the next question for you guys. And I think this one will be the one that causes the most deliberation. What animal shall we have in here? Now, I'll tell everyone in advance, I want a carnivore in here. So, what do people think would make for best carnivore for this particular enclosure? And I have absolutely no predisposed. I have no particularly predisposed sort of dinosaur suggestion for this particular enclosure, so basically whatever anyone suggests. While people come up with some suggestions, I'm just going to decorate our bridge piers. No, we will not have 300. I want an actual large theropod. It's a very large enclosure, so I think we need some large theropods. Honestly, if we ever do merchandise, I think 300 compies is going to end up on a t-shirt. Indominus Rex. We could do Indominus Rex. I mean, this is supposed to be a hybrid park, so it makes sense that potentially we put the Indo in here. Or not necessarily a hybrid park, but a hybrid using park. Australovenator, I think, is a tad small for this particular enclosure. I did say I wanted a large carnivore, Rob. That one we can delete. Mega Pleurodon. My boy, the Mega Pleurodon. I love that guy. Okay. That's better. The Acrocanthosaurus needs to be resized for Evolution 3 because it's too big compared to other big carnivores. Acro I tend to use quite often. Let's save. And let's go have a look in the species menu. Less species viewer. I'm not against using Indo. The only thing that I don't like about Indos, I don't think its skins are particularly very impressive. So obviously we've got Acro, but I use let's switch it. Okay, Acro I use way too often, so we're not going to use Acro. Kakaro, I just don't like that particular animal. I think it's a bad version of the creature. Giganotosaurus. I just don't like either design, you know. This one is too kaiju, and this one is... the head's wrong. The Indo is fine, but the skins... Giganoto and a couple of Herrera. Again, I don't think you're quite... Why would you put Herrera with a Giganotosaurus? The skins for the Indominus Rex are terrible. We could use the Indotaurus mod, which gives us some much more vibrant patterning. We've got the Mapusaurus as a good possibility there. Saurophaganax as well. Got the Tarbo, obviously, but I have used the Tarbo lately. I mean, I know it's kind of classic, but I can't remember the last time I used T-Rex, you know. And I'm surprised no one has suggested Spinosaurus. Although we did recently use Spinosaurus in our Arizona build, didn't we? So, which I still need to finish actually. So I think we have a toss-up between T-Rex, the classic T-Rex, which I can't remember the last time I used it. The Mapusaurus or the Indominus Rex. And if we use the Indo Rex, we'll have to decide whether we use Indo or Indotaurus. So what do people think? Oh, Herrera. Ugh. Sheriff says the Indo. I mean, if this is a park with hybrids in it, I suppose it's relevant. Are there any actual normal patterns for the Indo that are actually good, though? Not really. And the Lux pattern has a very boring daytime skin. I mean, the blue is kind of nice, but the blue and the black kind of works. Yeah, I saw you post that on my post Vicenna? I don't know how you pronounce your name. I have absolutely no idea what you mean. I think it could be a translation issue there, so I can't really comment on it. I don't have Torvosaurus installed walking with birds. See, the Indotaurus, I think, has more impressive skins. Even if they're a bit extreme, I think they're more interesting. Remind myself of T-Rex. Okay. Indotaurus, and we'll go with a couple of different skins. We'll go Great Sun. If we had the normal Indo, we could have it with the Velociraptors though, couldn't we? Not that I think the Velociraptors would be a good idea to have in that particular enclosure. Okay, we'll stick with the Indotaurus because I want to actually use this mod. So we'll go with the Great Sandy Desert. What do the patterns do? Patterns don't do very much, so we might as well leave it patternless. We'll have an Amazon rainforest. And have a Gambia as well. Okay. Yeah, let's not try to be spamming in chat, please. I know I'm fairly loose with the rules in chat since we don't have that many people, but let's be at least sticking to some basics. Let's turn off guests. Fundamentally the most annoying thing they've ever done in an update. And I still to this day do not understand why. Indotaurus. Great Sandy Desert with no pattern. No. Great. What's going on here? Gambia goes to Amazon. Mangrove goes to Svalbard. What? It has screwed up. Somehow the person who made the mod has screwed up the color patterns. Okay, we need to find the Amazon rainforest one. Gambia River. Oh, for goodness sake. Is it just that one that's screwed up? Yes, it is. Okay. We're gonna have to put the Gambia one in ourselves. Oh, damn. That's not the right colour. Hang on a minute. I don't... Okay, this animal's skins are screwed up. So even though it shows the wrong colour in the box, the skin is accurate to what it's... Ugh. Okay. Let's do a check. Okay, so Great Sandy Desert. Release. That's the correct color, yes. Okay. Come with me, Mr. Indo. There we go. What a very confusing system or breakage that they've had here. Amazon rainforest. This one should be the blue. Yep, that's the blue. You in there. I think the Walking with Beasts soundtrack is better than Walking with... the Walking with Dinosaurs soundtrack is better than the Walking with Beasts, in my opinion. This one should be like the really bright fluorescent... Yeah, there we go. So the color palette does work properly. It's just that the color it shows you in the box isn't correct. Also, I'm just going to check. I think that's it. I think that's enough clearance. Right, so these guys are obviously going to need... kind of want to do sort of slightly mangrovey sort of idea for this particular paddock. A fight's begun between the Indominus Rexes. Well, I would say I'm shocked, but I'm not. Why are you stones floating? Okay. Yes, now we know what animal we've got in. I mean, I've just realized something. Well, the aim, the whole point of this was that I was going to put whatever statue of whatever theropod was in here in the middle. But obviously the Indotaurus does not have a statue. Sir? What are you doing? Oh, that's got to be a screenshot opportunity right there. he's climbed the mountain in order to you know, go photobomb these people in this gazebo. I actually think the Indotaurus will not be in here. We had 3, right? Oi! Not you. Oh. This one. Okay. Different plan. We're going to have Spinosaurus in here. I know I said I didn't have a particular, like, animal for this particular enclosure. But for what I want to do, I feel like Spinosaurus is probably the best bet. So let's just whack in the invisible fence. You know I'm not a particularly big fan of the Spinoraptor. I just think the Spinosaurus would look better in this enclosure than any other animal. Just, feel like it suits a Spinosaurus. So we'll go with the Spino. No, I didn't, but then I don't particularly know of dinosaur model making companies. Dinosaurs are but one part of my life. I do have other interests. As a result, it may shock to learn that I don't know everything about dinosaurs. Right. I don't want to put too many big... I like the Ceratosaurus, personally. I don't mind the vanilla model. It's not perfect, for sure. But I think there are worse animal models in the game. Giganotosaurus's design, for example. I absolutely hate the Giga design. I think it needs to be changed. Right. Let's go find some Spinosaurus skins. Do we go with T? Ugh. I cannot make up my mind. Okay, we're going to go with T-Rex. I haven't used T-Rex in so long. We're going to go with T-Rex. I have decided. T-Rex. I haven't seen it, Rob. The Achillobeta. Or Achillobeta. However you'd like to pronounce it. Okay. I'm going to go with the basic T-Rex style, because as much as I love the Cretaceous Calamity and Marvelous variants, I do want to, you know, use the basic bog standard game versions. And I think we need to... I think we need to pay homage. We need 1997A and 1997B. A Chillo beta. Ah, I see. Yeah, we'll go with the Buck and the Doe skins. I actually think they'll stand out quite nicely as well. Well, I say Buck and Doe. We'll go with the Lost Worlds interpretation of male and female skin. So, I think one... I think we'll go one female, two males. Because I don't think multiple females would be tolerated. Okay, so default 1997B is the female, so we want one. Aggressive and nocturnal, antisocial, intolerant, and nocturnal. We'll go with the one that's only just aggressive. And then two males.
Acknowledging asset collection request.
Shut the park again. Oh, you didn't know that already, Rob?
Picking up asset.
Okay. Obviously, these guys are going to need plenty of meat to eat, so I'm going to put 2 invisible meat feeders in view of this. Then
Asset transportation underway.
we're going to have like an invisible goat feeder at the back of this area, which we will then just basically hide with foliage. And rocks.
Asset being transported.
I see. I'm just gonna put my fingers where the edges are.
Transportation underway.
Transportation.
Asset has been transported. Asset delivery.
The goat has its own little spawn point in the middle of these trees, so it won't be seen by anyone. Now, what's wrong with you two? They are intolerant and aggressive, I suppose. Oh, look. I didn't realise the big carnivores do exactly the same thing as the carnivores. Disappointing. Oh, hello, Evo. No, the female of my T-Rex is just intolerant and antisocial and aggressive. So, you know. Relatable. I'm neither gonna agree nor disagree with that, because I have learned that when a woman says something self-deprecating, you just nod and agree. A vital lesson to any straight people there. Just nod and agree. Saves so many problems. Tread carefully, as if due to... Oh yeah, like, I have a terrible temper. You can rebuild the Jeep scenes with the concrete cliff. I don't have placeable Jeeps. See, I used to have a fairly good tolerance for spicy food, but that tolerance has disappeared in the last... Ooh, I don't know, 10 years or so. I'm not sure why. Okay, so we kind of got a little bit of mangrovey sort of thing going on here. And then I'm thinking we'll do with like I am liking these cypress trees. So what I'm thinking of doing is like this I don't want to get in the way of these guys, but maybe have a few like cypress forest sort of thing coming on. We need a bush. I feel like we need some bushes going on here. Maybe some other sprucey sort of things. Everything goes with old age, don't I know it? clearly referring to my memory before anyone makes any other remarks. Turning. Kind of like it. Kind of like it. I don't want to be too heavy on the vegetation. I want this to kind of not be a complete like salt flat, but kind of resemble a salt flat. So I don't mind pockets of vegetation. Down here it's okay to have some, because it's obviously by the river. Do they ever just shut up? I guess not. Few ginkgo as well. Gotta love the ginkgo. The ginkgo is like my go-to tree so much this game. I'm reasonably happy with this. Might need a few more trees. A few more spots of the cypress. But I think I'm reasonably happy with this. Excuse me. Be gone. You are not permitted to be that high up. Control and 2 to turn off the snapping. Okay, that'll stop the Rex walking right up to the fence. The roaring is really annoying. I didn't realize he did it so often. Why do they do it so often? I genuinely don't understand why they do it so much. Okay. The rest of this area behind this building is just going to be wild land, not sort of garden land. I think the garden land can kind of go up to the front, but then everything behind will be wild. Again, a few ginkgo in here I think will do. Now this particular building hides a dark secret. If I go here, you'll see there is actually a control center hidden within this building in order to serve as the Hyperloop. Which will, I've already put it in, as you can see, which will take visitors down to the lagoon area, which obviously we need to build some more of. I've decided that this, that the aviary in this area and this area, they won't be joined by ramps, so they'll just be straight off cliffs. So I've already put those in. And obviously this side is kind of designed to mimic this side over here, so it's not 100% symmetrical, but it's, you know, kind of decently there. So I think what we should do now is decide on down here. Because basically the rest of this area will just be decoration, maybe another viewing gallery over on this side, and then the rest will just be open terrain, I think. So basically this section is essentially done. So Hyperloop station time. Now I think what we'll have to use is this boy. But obviously this building is kind of minging. So what I want to do is disguise the building. But do we have something worthwhile to add? Oh, I want to use this building somewhere as well. I really do like this building. I disguise it as a pyramid, I suppose. Yeah, it doesn't really make sense. Disguises it, but doesn't really make sense. What building could we place down? Okay. That kind of works as a front. are. Kind of. That kind of disguises more. Does it in a better way, I think. Let's line it up to perfect. Then where are those? I don't dislike that. I mean, I'm probably going to get sniggers from the, but I don't necessarily dislike that. And then if we went with let's kind of try and make it look like a more significant structure. Then if we got the tool bush, and went with I think that's reasonable. I think that works. Hyperloop connected. I think that works. Now, I do think for realism's sake, you're not just going to have, park, beach. I don't think you're going to have that. So I do think we need, I do think we're going to need like a perimeter wall or something. Realism schmealism. You know me, Evo. I like to maintain a degree of realism. I don't think it has to be a particularly big fence. I think this sort of little one would do. Guests shouldn't be complaining. The park is shut. Park is not shut. Park is shut now. Nah, now they can bloody well complain, can't they? Serves them right. Tossers. Actually, I'm going to go with the tall wooden fence. Also, there is a special place reserved in hell for the person at the frontier that thought some of these borders were acceptable. And I hope that that place in hell has a range of electric power drills or powered machinery to use on body parts. Honest to God. Why? It's not outside the border. It's literally on it. Fucking... It's... Oh. That's dark. Oh, Evo, I'm sure that you two have suffered at the hands of these irregularly shaped borders that make absolutely no. Oh, okay, I can skip across that one. That's what's so annoying about these borders to me. They're so irregular. Like, sometimes you can get really close to them. Other times it's like, nope. Like, look at that. I have to go all the way to there for this one. Why? Me vibing on the square maps. I just don't like the square maps. I find it really difficult to make my own maps. Which is strange, because I love map design as a concept. But I find that when it comes to turning those square maps into actual maps, I really struggle. I'm not sure what it is. I think it's... I don't like a lot of the sort of surrounding terrain of the square maps. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I can't make use of the stuff that's in the background enough for me. Okay, I'm reasonably happy with that as a perimeter wall. Sarkosuchus, okay? Okay. Now, having looked at this area, I think I actually want to expand the... again. I think I actually want to expand the area that's this level, just to give us some space to do some stuff around it. And I think we'll still have like the terrain. Oh, I'm sure I pressed flat. We'll decide where we put the path down in a minute. So I want to see just sort of how many lagoons we can actually get down here. Kind of like the idea of having one. Why are you not snapping? It's because control 1 was turned off. Then we'd lose a lot of the upper aviary section. Maybe we could have one in the here. Okay, and then if we flatten this area. That gives us our entrance down here. And we can put in some galleries here and proper viewing galleries. I want land platforms in JWE3. We got rock platforms. I feel like the rock platforms are a really half-assed attempt, honestly. Hello again, Joshua. Okay. So we're going to have a gallery here. I'm hoping Viral Cyclops is going to have my mod finished soon. I don't think he has that much left to do on it. Works. Although I think we might use, instead of lagoon sails, maybe the fountain instead. Yeah, we'll use the fountain instead. And I think what we'll do is let's kind of maybe do an opposite sort of thing. Yeah, I kind of like that actually. Okay. And then this one, we're going to need to sort out these cliffs. Okay. This one, I think we'll just do viewing. What other lagoon animals should we actually have to be? Where's Hello, Gravebuster. What other lagoon animals shall we actually have? We've already got Sarcosuchus in here. I would quite like to have Dunkleosteus in here somewhere, since there's a statue of it in the pool area, so I think it makes sense to have Dunkleosteus in here somewhere. I actually rate Elasmosaurus pretty highly, Gravebuster. I think Elasmo is actually really good. I feel like we need something that's family friendly. So I'm thinking maybe a mixed habitat of, say, Plesio and Ichthyo. Or maybe some Elasmo with some Ichthyo, something like that. And if we have Dunk as well. The only problem is these areas are not particularly large. So let's do a little bit of changing. Bit frustrating that we won't be able to paint outside of the map boundary, but it is what it is. Now, I know I said that I was going to make this a hotel area up here, but obviously now that we've got the posh hotel at the other end, I think we can do something else with it. Not sure what. Could just leave it as empty terrain, actually. It might just do environmentals in there. Those bloody T-Rex. Okay, if this is going to be for the Dunkleosteus, I do want to kind of make a bit of a show of it. So viewing galleries for the Dunk. Not that shark feeder. that one, and what we will do. Where's our marine rock? They do not shut up, do they? I know that's obvious to anyone who has like recently had the T-Rex in their parks, but it's been so long for me, I think I've forgotten. Okay. If we're gonna have this like here. I don't want to like completely hide it, but maybe kind of make it like a sort of gap. So I think it's really strange that like the whole point of the viewing gallery is to watch the feeding experience, but you can't actually put the food in front of the galleries. They're always at like a side angle. So I think it makes sense to actually have it so that you can actually see the bloody food. Okay, that's our dunk area. Or that'll be where the dunk is. But what I actually want to do, I'm going to lay it out. So we're going to kind of have a proper dunkleosteus sort of zone, sort of going around, that's kind of separated off, so that we can use some of the wonderful Devonian decorations that Luca has made. And then this one will be sort of our family-friendly one with the smaller things in. And then we have the Sarcosuchus in that one. I like... talking about the Allura Titan, I actually really enjoy how the Hadrosaurs look in terms of their designs in this game. I think the Para looks great. I think the Allura Titan looks great. I think the Centausaurus looks great. I think the Corytho looks okay. My number one problem with all of them is that they walk on 2 legs, and they should walk on 4. And hello, Josiah. And the fact that they don't walk on 4 legs bugs me. I know it's a Jurassic game, and I know it doesn't have to be paleontologically accurate, but it's just wrong to show them walking around on 2 legs with their backbones bent in the way that they are. And it just niggles. Okay, so what I'm putting in here is like the primary path that's going to run down eventually to the Sarcosuchus. This curve here is where we're going to have the entrance to the Dunk Stadium. So also, this is a bit of a tangent, and this is a bit of a rant, actually. But I absolutely hate people that say, oh, well, it's Jurassic, it doesn't have to be accurate. I'm sorry, but weren't all of you fanboys so happy that the Pyroraptor had feathers in Dominion and that the Therizinosaurus had feathers in Dominion. Like, when Jurassic happens to be accurate, no one says, oh, well, it doesn't have to be accurate. But the minute you say to these stupid fanboys, oh, I don't like so-and-so because it's not paleontologically accurate, they all say, oh, well, it doesn't have to be. Well, I'm sorry, you can't have your cake and eat it too. You either want it to be accurate or you can't. And if you don't want it to be accurate, then you have no right to say that the Therizinosaurus is good because it's feathered, and the Pyroraptor is good because it's feathered, and that the JP3 raptors were good because of the quills and it was more scientifically accurate. Sorry, just a little rant. I just fucking hate people that say Jurassic doesn't have to be paleontologically accurate. Because when Jurassic is paleontologically accurate, those same fanboys make it out like it's the best thing since sliced bread. It's hypocritical and I hate it. Anyway. Evo is clearly hungry. Right, so in goes our Devonian arch. I think I'm gonna place two. We're gonna have one here. Why did I build off a snap angle? Why did I do that? That's so foolish of me. Okay, we're gonna have one there. And we're gonna have one here. I wish we had a tunnel. I suppose I could build one, but it's really awkward to build tunnels. I suppose I could do it with rocks, I suppose. Rocks would definitely work. And then we're gonna go with the good old fortification wall. Actually, no. Go with this guy. I actually really like this design of wall that Kai has made. It's like I feel like it's not in your face, but it still looks chunky and structural, and I do like a good chunky. Ooh. I come from a country with a lot of castles. We like a good wall. We like most walls. We don't like one particular person. Keeps wanting one. Let's just do that. I think I got away with that. I use the curved JP. Oh, yes. I mean, it stops guests coming in, but I don't really think that's going to be much of a problem with this park build. We're going to have aviaries up here, so this will just disguise with rocks where that ends. How many of these would I need? Probably 2, I would think. Yeah, probably 2. You know, I think rocks would be easier. Okay, this is another rant as well. Why the hell are trees in the decoration menu and not the environmental menu? This is so fucking annoying. Right. Okay, they would be too long. You can just position this. Ah, okay, so that one Evo agrees with. I don't understand the difference. Like, what makes a tree not an environmental decoration? Can someone explain that to me? Actually, you know what might work? Might be a bit of a long shot, but Rob might have something to solve this problem. Yeah. Ah. Okay. Ah. Aha. Ah. Something is now happening. Okay. Something is a happening. Okay. Now I need to figure out what angle the pieces need to be. That is not the correct angle. I've already snap angled one set of things. There is my guide. Okay, that's the snap angle there. Right. Wrong one. It's this one I need. Yes. Okay, now if this would be too much. It would need to be more than that. Like, a lot more. Frontier are nutcases. I mean... there's plenty of evidence to suggest that. Okay. That's kind of... that kind of works. Now we just have to make sure that I put the angle on the other side of it. Right. That looks correct. How wide is that? That's annoying. I think we got that walking with birds, yes. I'm just pondering how to do this. That's one large path width, right? Okay. So there's the walls. If I place when you have to use modular building methods in a non-modular game, what I want to do is get them into position first. That's in position. And then bend. It's not quite in position anymore. That's going to leave a gap, isn't it? Is that the same? More or less. Okay. We have unt gap. What do we do about the gap? Maybe a planter or something? Okay. Now comes the difficult bit. We have grabbed said tunnel. No. Rotate. Rotate. Oh. Almost perfect. Oh. Hmm. No! took so long. I hate this game. Right. Yeah, please use English in the chat, please. What do we do to fill up that hole? No one take that out of context, please. We need to put something over the gap. That would do it, but it would require way too many of them. That would do it, but we'd need more than one. So maybe it makes sense to use a couple of these. 1 and 2. Now these do have wall sections on them. That kind of spoils what they look like. Damn. Foiled. Like 2 side by side. That's a waste of parts. All these flipping decoration mods, and I don't have anything to fill a small gap. Something like this, but I don't like the fact that it's going to require 4 pieces. Yeah, it would fill the gap, but it would require like 4 of them. Yeah, Archaeopteryx is a German fossil. Potentially the most important German fossil, depending on what your paleontological views are. I think in terms of dinosaur discoveries, Archaeopteryx is... Why is the horn not straight? What the devil is going on here? Work for a glass tunnel. Why did I put myself through this? For a glass tunnel. when arguably we should have glass tunnel already in the game. That's a completely different point altogether. No! Mother... Ooh. You know, I've discovered, having done that massive 4-hour long video of mine, I'm substantially less tolerant of this game's antics than I ever used to be. Oh, you... Are you kidding? It's what? It's slightly too long and I can't get it. What? I just wanted to delete the... Oh my... Whew. It took a lot of effort there. Not to say words unbecoming of an Englishman. Why did anybody at Frontier decide that if you delete a path, all the objects you place on it will delete as well? Who? This game has driven me so nuts I'm turning into an owl. Who thought that was a good idea? Honestly. So obviously the actual tunnels are too short to actually use. Yes. Goodness gracious me. People say I hate too much on this game. I disagree. I think I hate on this game as much as this game deserves to be hated on. That's my view. I think this game deserves hate, and I hate it as much as it deserves. I swear, if Jurassic World Evolution 3 does not come out as, like, the world's greatest park builder, like, at this point, it better come with free sweets in box. I mean, Dino Man, you make a good point. Maybe it's a good idea. It would be a good idea to wait for Prehistoric Kingdom. The problem is, Prehistoric Kingdom is just a really difficult game to get into, and it's also, I mean, I would be building on Prehistoric Kingdom now. The problem is not the game being not feature complete, because I think the game is complete enough to play. It's the optimization. It just runs really badly, and I'm kind of a stickler for a minimum frame rate. And there's no reason that this computer of mine should struggle with the game, considering it was literally built with their system recommendations in mind. So I feel like the game needs to be better optimized, and then it will be a bit more playable. The problem these days is that it seems that computer game companies especially, they seem to treat optimization as a dirty word that they're not allowed to speak about. You're hoping Frontier doesn't balk it up. I can tell you they will balk it up. Like, I have absolutely no belief that they won't balk it up. The question is, in what amazing and unique way will they balk it up? Like, in what imaginative method will they fuck it up this time? It's not outside the buildable area. It's literally in some. I've decided that we're going to sit here. Actually, I've decided this. We're going to sit in here. We're going to watch our lovely sauropods. I'm going to have a drinky. And we're going to end the stream with me catching up on the chat. And just having a bit of a chat to you. Most of Europe was flooded during the Mesozoic, for Ensign. Can't believe how much trouble we've had today. Oh my lord. Actually, this has given me an idea for a video I want to do. Where's a pen? Where's a pen? Fountain pen. My notepad. Or envelope. Use this envelope. My birthday card to write it down. Video idea. Little things about JWE2 really annoy me. Maybe I'll get some closure by making a video on it. Oh well, yeah, I forgot it's Evo's big ass stream tomorrow, isn't it? I have snacks in preparation. I should be there for all of it as well, hopefully. Oh, this park is testing my patience. I think this whole game is testing my patience these days. I don't think it's forgiven me for saying it's average in my 4-hour-long review. It heard me call it average, and now it's just deciding to be as pain in the ass as possible. Hello, sarcastic paleontologist. You joined just as the stream is coming to an end, I'm afraid. It literally just ticked over to 11 o'clock. So, Sunday, we will be back on Jurassic World Evolution 2, and I may spend some of tomorrow doing some homework, getting the park ready for that particular stream. I will repeat this on Sunday, but just so people are aware, next week, me and Dane are away on a holiday. There will be no Wednesday stream or Friday stream. There is a video for Wednesday. There might be one for Friday as well, we'll see. But there will be no streams on Wednesday and Friday next week. I will repeat that on Sunday. But just in case you're not here, folks, the next stream after Sunday this week will be Sunday next week. Me and Dane are off to Inverness in Scotland. I want to thank everyone for tuning in to, actually finish off the Rex enclosure and our bridge, and at least plan out what we're going to do for this area. I find this park is not making me... It's not filling me with joy. But we'll see how it goes. I hope everyone enjoys the rest of the day. Thank you for tuning in and bearing with me. Yeah, I will see all of you on Sunday, and I'll probably see quite a few of you tomorrow for Evo's 12-hour stream. So, yeah. Until then, I hope you all enjoy the rest of your days, and wherever you are, stay safe, and good night.